If you need to add a relisting fee to the invoice of an auction buyer who has defaulted on their payment, then visit the list of invoices for the auction that you're working on. Find the invoice that you need to add the relisting fee and hover over the gear icon in the Actions column. There will be an option to choose the Edit link. So do that, select the Edit link. Once you're looking at the invoice for the buyer, choose the Add Relisting option from the top of the invoice, the administrative view. And there will be 3 fields, one of which is description, the other one is amount, and the third one is modify invoice. The description is simply the line item description that will appear on the invoice. There will be default language, as you can see here, and you can change that description to whatever you need to. The second option down is to add the relisting fee amount. And the third option covers what happens to the items on the invoices once you add the relisting fee. The first option is to do nothing. Simply add the relisting fee amount to the invoice, but leave the items on the invoice and the full amounts. The second option will remove the amounts, the dollar amounts, the bid amounts from the items. So it will leave the items on the invoice, but remove the amounts. The third option will simply remove all of the items from the invoice and just leave the relisting fee. I'm going to select the middle option and choose, and then select the button that says Add Relisting. Now we can review the invoice. Looks appropriate, looks right. Now, at the top here, the red box will note that a relisting fee has been applied to the invoice. Now, if you need to charge the card for the buyer on file, so if you need to add a payment, then select the Add Payment option from the top of the invoice. And you can add in a description for the payment if you want, or just leave it blank. Select the credit card option, and then select the credit card profile for the user whose account you're working on. Then there's option here that says don't process charge. Typically you will leave that alone, because if you don't do that, the charge will actually not go through. It'll balance it out, but it won't actually charge. There's only rare instances when this button is checked. If you're adding the full relisting fee amount, you would simply fill it in like that, and then press the button that says Add Payment. Once the payment has been processed successfully, the payment will be recorded, and the balance due will be $0. And following this, if you need to send a copy of this invoice to the buyer or the winning bidder, press the Email Invoice button, and change the text in the message and the subject line to whatever message you want to say there about the relisting fee. Something like that. I like to make this bold. Red. Any files that need to get attached, if you need to, you can press a button there. If you have a policy paper or something that you need to attach to it as well, you can send that with the email. Otherwise, just press the Send button, and a copy of this invoice showing successful payment of the relisting fee will be sent to this bidder. And that is how you apply and add a charge for a relisting fee. Thanks for watching.